Hello, Justajolt here. I just wanted to share with you a little bit of testing I've been doing with my Hammershot. Now I normally like to run this with a Vulcan spring and a stock Hammershot spring, and that's been working out just fine. But recently I acquired a worker spring for a few quid from Teo Bayo. Now if I just bring you over here, you can see the three springs right here. Now the first spring is a stock Hammershot spring. Next to it is the worker spring, which is a little bit shorter actually, but you can't really see it in this video, but it's a little bit beefier. And then finally we have the Havokfire spring, that's the tall one, which I love to run with the stock spring. Now up till now I've just had kind of a little bit of anecdotal evidence for which one's better, but now I actually have the ability to test them, so that's what I've been doing. And what you see here are the little writings and scrawlings of my test. Now here's what I've done. I have fired 4 different combinations of single and double springs over the chrono right there, and I've done so 52 times for each. I've taken off the top and bottom values and then taken the mean of the 50 that are left, which I think should have given me a pretty good, accurate, reliable FPS value. So thanks very much to Foam Data Services on Britnerf and YouTube for those pointers on how to do decent, reliable research. Now you'll also notice a little addition I've made to my chrono. Up here we've got the same 2 pucks as before, but I noticed they kept sliding off, so being the cheapo that I am, I tied them into sandwich bags and simply tied them to the tops of the light diffusers, and they're working absolutely just fine. Now, the results, because I'm not going to make you sit through all of the, all the shooting and the chrono testing, because that's just plain boring, so the results were as follows. The stock spring, just by itself, came in at the bottom of the pile, not surprisingly, at 58 FPS. It was also the most variable spring. There were 30 FPS, variance in between the top and bottom values, even after I'd taken off the top and bottom extreme values to eliminate any outliers. Next we had the worker spring, which got 62 FPS mean out of that 50 that were left. Only actually 4 more than stock, which I thought was kind of interesting because it seemed to have a sort of slightly harder draw, but well, it just goes to show, doesn't it? Feelings and looks and everything can be deceiving. Next up we have the worker and Havokfire spring. So these two together here, which got 66 FPS and was also more reliable than the stock spring by itself, as was the worker spring, only 17 FPS of variance there. Up here we had 20 variance, but the clear winner actually was the stock Havokfire spring, the Havokfire spring, sorry, because that was always stock, and the stock Hammershot spring at 68 FPS. So it just goes to show what you can do with a bunch of old blaster bits lying around now. I know that some of you are probably going to be thinking, well, why don't you just go and buy a special 6 kilo or 8 kilo or whatever Hammershot spring, but come on guys, do you really think I'd do that? Do you really think I'd spend money when I didn't have to? Yeah, anyway. So what I wanted to do now was just very, very quickly show you a couple of chrono readings from the stock and Havokfire spring, just to kind of prove that I'm not entirely making this up. Just watch the chrono not work now. This is how easily this goes in, so it's not even a complicated mod. I haven't done anything else. I just unscrewed the blaster, shoved the springs in pretty mercilessly there, and line you up so there's no dodgy weird reflections going on. And the first one 69 FPS, second one 73 FPS, third one 71 FPS, error, fourth one 68 FPS, and we are out of darts, and that'll do donkey, that'll do. So that was my video, and if you happen to have one of these lying around, you know what you can do with it. Thanks very much for watching, please like and by all means subscribe.